The arsenal of Battlefield 1's weaponry is super exciting to me. We have been allowed to open up a totally new world. It's not another M16 that we're about to build.
Just a huge variety of weapons in this war. I mean, everything from clubs and very medieval, brutal, close-quarter weapons to fast-firing machine guns and submachine guns.
These weapons, for their time, were the peak of engineering.
We've done extensive research in order to recreate these weapons, both in how they sound, what they feel like, how you handle them, in order to recreate them to perfection.
There's several of us here at DICE that have been dreaming about making these games in this setting for over a decade. So in the background, there's been research going on for a long time, I would say.
World War I was the birth of a lot of the things that we take for granted in modern warfare. All of these tools were created for a special purpose. Right there, right now, they needed to solve a problem, and they came up with this variety of tools.
We're not recreating the past. We're taking that as an inspiration, and then we're trying to take this into a modern perspective.
It is a different experience. It's much more up close and personal.
Every weapon has its unique character and personality, and it really brings it to the battlefield.
It's more amazing than I ever thought it would be. It's really a Battlefield game that I look forward very much myself to play.
Hey guys, Jack here, and today we've got some new footage of Battlefield 1. Obviously with Gamescom coming up and the beta, I'm sure that the volume of new stuff will ramp up exponentially over the next few weeks. And today, this short 2-minute clip that we've got focuses on weapons, and there are a few new things in here that we haven't seen before. Obviously we're still on St. Quentin Scar, so we don't get to see any new maps really, but plenty of new things to see anyways. First up, a new LMG, the MG15 light machine gun for the support class, which what looks like and reads like it's got a suppressor on it with the loadout of NA suppressor. I bet you didn't expect to see these in BF1, but apparently so. If that is a sound suppressor though, it begs the question, how is this going to affect the mechanics of the gun and the game? Obviously in BF1, when you shoot in the alpha, you weren't on the minimap anyways, so it isn't really going to take that into effect, I suppose. You're only there when you're spotted, unlike games like BF4, where if you used a suppressor and fired, you weren't going to be on the minimap unless you were spotted. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. Check out this in the background here. For like 3 or 4 frames, I think that's our first glimpse of a horse in game, and it looks like there's a person there riding a horse carrying either a rifle or a sword. Now I could be going mad, it could be just something that looks like a horse because I am kind of mad, but I think that's a horse's head with someone riding on top, and I think they've purposely left it in this trailer for just a few frames so someone would discover it. But what do you think? Is that a horse? I don't know. I think it's a horse. Next up, this really cool, funky looking transport vehicle, probably an armoured Rolls-Royce this, and it looks like it's got a Vickers machine gun mounted on the back. Not much space in there though, it seems, so maybe only room for 2 or 3 people maximum. The guy in the clip here is also using the low weight version of the Lewis machine gun. There's another clip of the Rolls-Royce very briefly towards the end of the video with the cannon, but it looks like he's aiming up and the gun appears to be bigger, so potentially you can get like an anti-air variant of that vehicle. Maybe that's the case. Then again, it could just be the angle making the gun look bigger and it's just the Vickers machine gun still, because obviously we know that the stationary machine guns in the game can in fact do a lot of damage already to the airplanes. Moving on, Mortars. Yay, Mortars are in the game as expected, here being used by a support player. I think it would be safe to assume that these are support only gadgets. It doesn't appear to have a massive range on it though, but does create a huge explosion and takes out a couple of enemies with one blast. And now the automatic 5 shotgun with a triple kill. BF1 has an automatic shotgun by the looks of it, and I believe this is based off the Browning Auto 5, which was produced from 1902 all the way up to 1998, and tearing through that infantry quite nicely there. I don't know if it's me as well, but it seems like there's a few small changes to the HUD in this video at a glance. And now the trench mace, seeing it in action from a first person perspective is very cool, and that takedown I'm pretty sure was not in the alpha, so here's hoping for individual takedowns dependent on which melee weapons that you use. That would be neat. Just a couple of small things here we can pick up from the HUD of the assault class. You can see he's got a revolver as his secondary sidearm, and also in the 4th slot there it looks like what could be TNT TNT or dynamite or whatever the replacement is for C4 in BF1. And then finally we get to see the Mauser 1918 T Gewehr. This is a very large anti-tank rifle that absolutely decimates that light tank in the field there with a side shot. No indication of if this is a pickup or not though, but based on the fact that the gloves are different, very similar to how the pilot and tanker gloves are in the game, I would say that this is maybe an individual special hero type class that you can pick up like a battle pickup, or potentially it's a class that you can spawn in as. And you'll also note that he's bipodded with that weapon too, so that could be similar to how the AT rocket gun works for the assault class, in that you can only use it when prone or bipodded on a window or a surface. Sadly and infuriatingly, that's all we get in this short video, but at least it's something new. I know everyone is on the edge of their seats waiting for new BF1 content to come out, but I don't think we've got much longer to wait now. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and did you see something in there that I missed? As always, thank you so much for watching guys. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.